remember to take those breaks. Remember to spend time with your family, with your friends. Go relax a little bit. Even that's like the weather's nice right now. Just go out and be outside. Go take a walk. Just enjoy, the weather and being outside or the sun. It's good for you to let your mind relax, let your body relax a little bit. All right, Reno's Rants here on the Roughnecks podcast. Of course, if you have not heard, if you have not seen, there is a volleyball tournament for the Roughnecks podcast taking place July 15th at Newark Station. Make sure to sign up for that at roughneckspodcast.com. Get you a squad. Come hang out, even if you're not good at volleyball. It's kind of like the beach, right? There's sand and drinks and, people you can hang out with, socialize. So come hang out. Go sign up for that. But on today's episode, I am going to talk about I guess someone asked me. They said, you're very busy. How do you keep things organized? How do you, make sure you're going through this? How do you spend time, with your family? How do you spend time with work? How do you spend time, doing podcasts and personal training? And you can ask all my friends. You can ask, especially Brittany. I am the most forgetful person ever. I don't know if it's because I took too many hits to the head. I don't know what it is, but I lose my wallet. I lose my keys. I lose literally everything. And I'm always scrambling around trying to find this stuff. But at the end of the day, I like to say that I'm very organized. I have to be organized. I cannot operate like this if I'm not organized. It's sort of, I don't know. It's just part of me that I have to do. Kind of like I have a very ADD-ish type kind of mindset. My mind just bounces everywhere. And if it's, something small like, oh, where did I put my keys? Like, I'm going to forget about it immediately. But if it's something important, like I constantly have to repeat that to myself. And that's sort of what I do. Every single night, I lay in bed and I have to think, okay, here's what I got to get done tomorrow. And then it's, okay, here's what I got to get done this week. And I prioritize all of it. And I say, okay, what's top priority? What's my non-negotiable thing that must get done tomorrow? So I have my list. And then it's like, all right, what are my secondary things that I need to get done tomorrow? Are they critical? Almost, they're secondary. So I need to make sure that I'm doing those as well. But the non-negotiables, there's nothing stopping me from getting that done that day. And it could be as simple as, mowing the grass, or I have to go get a haircut, or I have to work out, like whatever it may be, whatever I deem as my non-negotiable, that has to happen. And then I have to prioritize my time. Like, hey, I need to spend more time doing this. I need to spend more time with the kids. I need to spend more time, but whatever it may be. So I really, really have to operate with a checklist. I have to. Me personally, I have to do a checklist every night. I got to run through it in my head. Then when I wake up in the morning, I know, okay, here's the plan for today. And I leave like wiggle room in there too, because I don't know what's about to happen that day. Like I could completely go right. I can completely go left. Who knows where it's going to take me, but I at least have the map. I at least have sort of the guidelines on what my day is going to look like. And I touched on it a little bit that you got to prioritize things too. You can't spend so much time on one thing that you're forgetting about others. I'm terrible at this. I really am. So which is why I got to speak this to myself is like, if I'm so hyper focused on, all right, I got to write all these workout programs. I gotta do all my client stuff. I got to do all this. I got to go to work. I got to whatnot. And I'm forgetting, like, man, you got to sit down and spend some time with the kids. You know what I mean? Like you've got to, that needs to be secondary. Okay. I need to flip flop my primary and secondary checklists and make sure that I'm doing what's right for me and for others. And it feels selfish to continue to work hard and want to go after, a lot of things. But at the end of the day, like you're going to waste, your life away if you're not taking a step back and enjoying the life that's around you. You know what I mean? So take a step back sometimes, and it's okay to have a checklist for one day that's not really planned or that's full of nothing. Like there's nothing to do that day. That's okay too, because you don't want to burn yourself out. I definitely burn myself out some days where and then when I'm burnt out, the quality of work that I'm putting into those tasks, it's not 100%. I'm half-assing a lot of this stuff, so it's not to the standard that I want it to be. That's when I know I need to chill out a bit. I need to give myself a little bit of a break. My buddy, man, he said it to me, and it kind of opened my eyes because I'm in a volleyball league, and like I got something going on with my knee. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying. And he's like, dude, when's the last time you had a deload week, or when's the last time you just didn't work out for a week? And I was like, I couldn't even tell him like a week where I just took, working out and cardio completely off. It's been a long time. And he's like, didn't you do that in football? Like, didn't you take weeks off to let your body heal and do all that? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. So why aren't you doing that now? I'm like, man, you're hitting me. You're hitting me in the soul when you're saying this. And I feel like a hypocrite too, because I'm a personal trainer. I'm not preaching I'm not doing what I'm preaching to myself. I consider myself my own test dummy, but and I just can't stop. I can't stop, but I need to force myself to stop sometimes, erase my checklist, and relax sometimes. But I don't know. It's important to take a break, but it's also important to stay extremely organized. One thing I love that helps me out incredibly is the Google Calendar. I don't know if you guys have the Google Calendar on your phones, but you can color coordinate everything. It is extremely helpful for me. It sends me reminders like, hey, you got to do this in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh shit, like you're right. And if I didn't have that thing, I would be all over the place. I'd be all over the place. It keeps me in check. It's just another addition to my nightly routine of my checklist in my head. I got it written down on my phone. It's up to you how you want to do it, but just to try to get a little bit more organized, and it's gonna save you time. I know I've touched on this a lot. It's gonna save you a lot of time if you're organized. Okay, your efficiency between different tasks and your different lists, like your checklist, is gonna happen a lot faster if you're moving more efficiently, of course. So it's just important. Stay organized. I would recommend, if you need to write down your checklist, write it down. If you want to journal at night, if you want to journal in the morning, like it's just good, healthy practice. And then eventually some of those things that you're writing down becomes a non-negotiable. So you don't even have to write it down anymore. Like you just know that's what I'm doing today. Like whether that's working out or taking your vitamins or drinking your gallon of water or sleeping, 7+ hours a night. Those are things that will just slowly become non-negotiable and slowly become a habit, and you won't even think about it anymore. And then it leaves room for more things on your checklist if you want. But hey, don't burn yourself out, remember. So that's sort of my little rant on my thought process. My organization structure is I highly recommend getting a little checklist for yourself. I highly recommend establishing a non-negotiable habit, something that you must do every single day. And then also remember to take those breaks. Remember to spend time with your family, with your friends. Go relax a little bit. Even that's like the weather's nice right now. Just go out and be outside. Go take a walk. Just enjoy the weather and being outside or the sun. It's good for you to let your mind relax, let your body relax a little bit. I know I'm definitely going to take a week off. Probably not yet because it's summer shred season. Can't do that, right? But after this, I'll probably take a week off and I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but the possibilities are endless. So remember, roughneckspodcast.com. Sign up for the volleyball tournament, please. It's going to be a good time. Also, while you're on the website, just go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. Stay up to date with everything that's coming. I am out. See you guys next time.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then please be sure to share it with a friend. You can follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Roughnecks Podcast. Head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab yourself some Roughnecks merch. Until next time, make sure you grab the bull by the horns and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.